She said she was not good.
Hold on.
Move along, okay, and try another day. But we're here in case we don't want nothing to happen as far as criminal, okay? We just don't want things to turn ugly or I think people get salted or do this and they think. Okay, you guys can talk and be cool and civil with each other. That's good. Right?
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts. Hold on tight. You're in for one crazy ride tonight on the Josh Nolan and Olive Rest Both on a racing show. #1 on YouTube. Tonight we have with us Tanner Tripplett. Welcome to the show, Tanner.
Thank you for having me tonight.
So, how did your racing career start?
Well, it started when I was like 5 years old, and I think my favorite memory from me starting is got to be when I got my first race car.
Okay, so what was that experience like for you when you got behind the wheel of a race car for the first time?
So when I got behind the wheel of a race car, I really had no idea what I was doing, and then I first got out there, and I was like, "Oh, this is amazing! I love it."
Okay, how long before you started winning races?
That's a good question. I would say maybe like a month, and then I started getting the hang of it, and then I started learning the ropes and how to do it.
Okay, so how much success have you had as a race car driver?
I've had great success. I was even one time I was third in the nation for quarter midget driving, and I call this a accomplishment. I ran third against grown men, so I'm proud of that.
Very cool. So, what's the story behind your racing number? Where did that come from?
So my dad's grandpa, when he played sports, he was number 44, and my dad, when he got into racing quarter midgets, that's how he started. And he started off 44, and he was like, "I want to change the number." So he changed to 22, I think, when he got into micros, I want to say. So, and then it turns out my birthday is February 22nd. So it kind of just lined up. I thought it would be perfect just to make my number 22 because I was born on the day 22 and my dad runs number 22. So
Okay, so who do you have for sponsors on your racing team?
I have my dad's business, Brett Tripplett Heating and Cooling, Bruce Rayburn Trucking, Steve Goodman Excavating and Trucking. I have, I got to think here, KJR Race Products, Carson Lawn Care, um, Premier Powder Coating, and Canem Graphics.
Okay, so when you win races, how do you celebrate your victories?
Well, I would just say, when I win a race, I would say like we load up, everybody's so excited. We just talk about what we did right and through the night, and we just want to carry that energy that we won and the excitement to the next night. That way, we can have that energy to win again.
Okay, so okay, what is your home racetrack you race on?
My home racetrack would be Macon Speedway, or Macon is closer to us, but I normally race at Coles County.
Okay, so do you have any big races that you're looking forward to racing on then?
I really want to race at the Tulsa Shootout. I think that would be super fun to go run at.
Okay, so what's your favorite racetrack you've ever raced on?
My favorite racetrack I've ever raced on, I really like Doe Run. That's my favorite.
Okay, why is Doe Run your favorite?
I just like it because I think it has really good speed, and I think going through the corners, to me, I just love the way the corners feel.
Okay, so do you have a racing nickname?
I would say my racing nickname is Jimmy the Jet.
Okay, so okay, who do you look up to as race car drivers?
When I look up to race car drivers, I look up to my dad and I really look up to my dad and see what he does, and then I really look up to like Kyle Larson and Rico Abreu and all them guys.
So have you ever met Kyle Larson and Rico Abreu?
Yes, I have. I have met Kyle Larson a couple of times. I'm pretty sure I've met Rico Abreu like 2 times.
Okay, so what was it like to meet them guys?
I think personally, I just love it to see them guys. I think it's amazing to see like just be able to stand there with them and be like, man, this is my idol, and I'm standing right here next to him.
Okay. So, alrighty. What have you learned from being a race car driver?
I've learned that it's pretty much patience is key because like one lap you might be faster than him and you could try to pass him, but the gap is closing, and so you could just wait for the next lap. But if you take it, there's a shot you spin out or something like that. So I think if you wait and get a better shot at it, I think patience is. I learned patience.
Okay. So you're pretty good about reading the racetrack.
Yeah. I think that's kind of hard to do, but you just got to really look at it and you can pretty much get it down.
Okay. So what type of racetrack do you like to race on? Do you like a wet, sticky track, a dusty track, or right in between?
I would say probably what right in between. I don't want a real slick track because then it's pretty hard to get the throttle control. But then I don't really like a wet, sticky track because to me, that's just the leader can just stand on it and it's a one lane race. You can't do anything about it.
Okay. So you go on your racing crew.
My racing career, I started
No,
off.
your racing crew. Who's all on your
Oh,
racing
my
crew?
racing crew. I would say my dad, my mom, my nana and pops, and my sisters. They show up even though they don't want to. And I would say sometimes Shelby Bosey. Shout out, he's a race car driver.
Okay. So who are some of your friends at the racetrack?
Some of my friends at the racetrack, my cousin definitely Henry Schneider, Cameron Jacobs, and probably Landon Miner.
Okay. So when you're strapped in your race car getting ready to go on the racetrack, what helps get you psyched up and motivated to go out there and do this?
I think I just breathe and I'm like, I just think about what I'm about to do and like that I'm thankful to do it and I'm ready to just do what I have to.
Okay. What's an awesome day at the racetrack look like for you?
I would say an awesome day for at a racetrack. It's nice weather. Everybody's happy and excited. We go in, the track's looking great. We see some good competitors and we just run out there and like top three with we run against top three in these good tracks and races, and that's a good night for us.
Okay. So what's an awesome day at the race shop look like for you then?
Awesome day at the race shop. You roll that car and it's in one piece. That's the best thing. Because when you roll it in and it's in 900 pieces, yeah, it kind of puts a hole in your wallet.
Oh yeah. So alrighty. So what do you like to do for fun away from the racetrack?
Away from the racetrack, I really like baseball and golf. Those are the two sports I really do. Away from the
Oh,
racetrack.
okay. Alrighty. Do you have some crazy racing stories you'd like to share with us?
Well, I'm not even in the race car, but I was at a racetrack. So I was getting ready to get strapped in for the A main, and I'm walking down the trailer door, and you know how they have those metal barb thingy, whatever, the wires.
Yeah, yeah.
And so it was kind of nighttime, and there was dew on the thing, and I reach over, and I slipped, and it cut my neck, and then I fell to the ground. But then my mom got me up, and I was like, I'm good. And so I said, I'm good. They strapped me in the race car and we went out and raced.
Okay. At least you didn't get seriously hurt, right?
Yeah, I was lucky.
Okay. Is there anybody else? Okay, are you still looking for sponsors on your racing team?
Oh, yeah, we have plenty of room on the car to get sponsors.
So if there's anybody out here going to be watching this racing show, get a hold of Tanner Tripplett and his racing team because they do appreciate the sponsorship on Tanner's race car as he gets further into his racing career. So where do you want to be at with your racing career when you get older?
My personal dream I would love to drive Formula cars. Like, I would love that. Like Formula One car. Like my plan, I was talking to my dad like a week ago, and I was like, when I get old enough, I want to try to get into an F4 car, qualify for that, and just move through the ranks.
Okay. So after you go through F4, do you want to race like Indy cars and stuff like that?
Yeah. After we go through F4, I would say we just move up in the ranks to faster cars until we're at the highest level, I would say.
Okay. So what do your school friends think of you being a race car driver?
They think it's really cool. I think one of my funniest stories is there's this kid named Leo, and he's one of my school buddies. I said he was talking about me racing. I said, "Did you know I was third in the nation?" Right? He's like, "Show me a picture." I was like, "How do I show you a picture of me running third in the nation?" He's like, "Show me a picture." I'm like, I can't even have my phone out in school." He's like, "Fine, I believe you."
So, okay. Is anybody else you'd like to thank you for helping you get this far with your racing?
I would love to thank
Cool.
like all my family members and the people who come to the track and support me and all my sponsors again, like all of them guys.
Okay. So, do you have a racing page where racing fans can follow you on?
Yes, my YouTube channel name is Tripplett Racing. I just post about working on the cars and like we have a GoPro so we can have like in-car footage and stuff. So
Okay. So, at this portion of the show, I like to turn the mic over to my guest. If they have any questions couple questions they'd like to ask me, they can ask me a couple questions.
one of the questions I wanted to ask you was what made you want to interview race car drivers?
I've been a racing fan for about 40 years, 30 to 40 years. And I tell you what, I thought it'd be kind of cool to somehow work in the racing industry.
Yeah, I think I kind of like that. I think that's cool.
Okay.
Have you ever drove any race cars or ridden one?
Just drove a go-kart on a go-kart amusement park track. Otherwise, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still get the gist of it.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions?
I think that tops it.
Okay. Is there anybody else you'd like to give a special shout out to?
I would want to give a special shout out to my grandpa. I think my grandpa slash pops, the car would not run as fast as it would be now if it wasn't for him. I think me and my dad would have gone through 5 motors if it wasn't for him. He sets up all the gears. He knows everything. He's there. He checks the computer after every race to see my throttle position and the RPMs we turned, and it's amazing.
Okay. So, do you have any advice out there for the kids coming up in the racing world?
I would say advice, I would just say if you spin out one time, you get multiple tries at it, and it's not gonna be your last race, and it's not gonna be the last time you spin out. So you just gotta work through it and you'll get there to when you're winning the races and you'll start to feel it.
Okay. I want to thank you for being on our racing show tonight. I'm talking to us about your racing career.
Thank you.
Yeah. But I will call you in just a little bit, Mr. Tanner, and thank you.
Okay.
And I will have you step out, okay?
Okay.
Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Tanner Tripplett on our racing show tonight. No real racing news tonight, but if you'd like to sponsor a racing show or be on a racing show, feel free to call us or text us at 712-209-7138. Or you can email us at jjnolan151@gmail.com. Have a good night, everybody.